Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Way Life Ought to Be podcast. I'm Wayne Kramer, your host. I hope this day finds you well. I hope you're achieving your goals and dreams and chasing after your aspirations with unrelenting diligence and motivation. And if you're not, you better start doing it pretty quick, pal. That's how they're going to get done. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. I would like to thank everybody for subscribing to this podcast. If you have not hit the subscribe button yet, please hit the subscribe button right now. Click it. Click the subscribe button. And if you can review the podcast or share it with as many people as possible, that is greatly appreciated as well. First of all, the podcast topic for today, it's called Fight Through the Pain. Fight through the pain! What does that mean? It means when the going gets tough, the tough get going. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. That's what it means. That's what it means. It means you don't give up. When life gets tough, you do not give up. A quick way to make sure why you're getting up for work in the morning, why you're doing the things that you need to do. Why am I doing it? Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you to identify it for yourself. What is it that makes you go to work? Is it your children? Do you want to have a better life for them? Is it your career? Is it that you want to grow some type of a community of people that can all fight for each other to have a better life? What is it? Identify your why very clearly and hold on to that. That's going to help you get through the tough days. Quite often, life can feel mundane or without excitement. I believe it's in these times the greatest growth is actually taking place. Even though we may feel like nothing is happening, as long as we keep pressing on towards the goal, the results will get closer. There are so many times that we feel as if no progress is being made, and quitting would be very tempting. But a breakthrough could be just inches away. Inches! Or even fractions of an inch can be the deciding factor in massive victories, I say so many times. Do you think a fraction of an inch would make a difference in the 100-meter dash in the Olympics? I would say yes, it does. Do you think a fraction of an inch would make the difference in a football game when you're trying to gain a first down or score a touchdown? Yes, it does. Sure, big gains and quick accelerated growth is exciting, but where I think the real growth and character building in our lives is in the fractions of the inches, in the minute sections of growth that we experience during the tough days that we all endure throughout our lives. When it seems as if there are no gains being made and all things point to quitting and saying, I've had enough, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to make it. Just accepting the fact that life can be tough. And there can be pain and trials and troubles, but yet not surrendering and giving up can lead us to the greatest victories we will ever experience. Let's be honest. Working hard and putting in the sacrifice and implementing the disciplines necessary to have a great life and accomplish great things is not always enjoyable. I would go so far to say it's hardly ever enjoyable. But when you put in the hard work and you make the sacrifices, when that day comes that your goal has been achieved, it will all have been worth it. It's kind of like saving for retirement. The easiest road is to buy all of the things you would want right now and live freely with your money. But the smarter road is to set money aside and save for your future so that when you get to a certain age, you have a choice of whether or not you would like to continue or stop working. In this modern age, we live in a time where people have instant gratification constantly. If you want the latest iPhone, all you need to do is drive to the cell phone store and get it. You don't even have to give them the money. They'll bill you monthly during your plan, so there's no deposit. Sometimes maybe there's a little bit of a deposit. I don't know. What if you get sick of your car? Drive to the dealer. Say, hey man, I'm sick of my car, bruh. I want a new car. you know they're going to be more than happy to hook you up with a brand new car. It's got the clean car smell. Oh, the latest bells and whistles. It's ultra shiny. Looking real good. You're going to look good in this car, my man. You're going to look great. But it also has a monthly payment attached to it. Quite honestly, in relationships, people do the same thing. If you're sick of your spouse, go get a new one. If you're sick of your job, go get a new job, man. If you're sick of anything, throw it away and go get a new one. But is that the direction that we should be taking? Say that you have a relationship that's not going well, maybe you should investigate what's wrong with it and take steps to try to repair the relationship, and then it might draw you closer to that person. Or if you're tired of your car, maybe wash and wax it. Go buy an air freshener for a couple dollars, throw it in there, clean it up, wash the windows, put some of that Armor All on the dash so it looks all shiny and new. Then you can avoid getting another monthly payment for the next 4 to 7 years. I think it's also true with our goals and dreams and aspirations. If we have a goal or dream that we really believe is worthy and it's not working out, do we just throw it away? Or do we double down and think, no, I will not give up. I want this to happen for my family. I want this for my career. I want this to happen. And I will not give up until this happens. So when the tough days come, and I guarantee you they will, because I live them just like you, how are you going to react? Life can feel very monotonous, like there's no change, zero change occurring, even though there are small changes taking place that when you get into the future, you will have the ability to look back and see all of the puzzle pieces that went into their specifically designed places to form the collage that is your new life. It is very important that we don't short-circuit our growth by quitting or not taking the steps necessary to get to the life we would like to be living. It's easy to get caught up with coping mechanisms that we implement during our tough days. Some people turn to drinking. Some people utilize drugs, legal or illegal. Some people shut down. They just sit and stew, while others run wild and try to break out of the shell of what can feel like a monotonous, mundane boredom stretch of life. There are endless coping mechanisms that are available to all of us. But it is my belief that during these gaps of excitement, that staying the course is more vital than ever. We're all going to experience quick growth and gratification through explosive opportunities, but conversely, the opposite is also true, that as we fight to stay the course, there's going to be stretches that feel very boring without excitement. We need to make sure that we don't discount these times and miss out on the true value that they hold. So it is understandable as we get older, it seems as opportunities might not be as plentiful as they once were, that we could become discouraged and feel like our best days are behind us. Now, don't misunderstand me. If you're playing athletics, you might not be as fast or be able to throw the ball as hard as you could when you were younger, but as far as speaking, having an impact on the world, career, some of the greatest opportunities are still at your fingertips, because you bring now to that table a wealth of rich experience called life experience. Do you remember the movie Any Given Sunday with Al Pacino? He said that football is like life. It's a game of inches, and that we scratch and claw for every single inch that we can get. He said the inches that we need are everywhere around us, and we just have to go get them. Because when we add up all of those inches, that's going to make the difference between winning and losing, between living and dying. I believe this. Life is indeed a game of inches, and it is in the toughest times, in the toughest moments, that we are walking through the fire, fighting through the pain, struggling to get past hard times, that those inches are collected. So when you're going through tough days, you're fighting through the pain, and you're looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, never lose sight of your dreams. Never lose sight of your purpose. Move forward with intention that says, I don't want to lose. I will not surrender. I will not give up. I am going to win. Life can sometimes feel like you've been thrown into a well, and your job is to scratch and claw the sides of that well while people throw rocks at you and they kick you in the face. But it doesn't mean you should stop trying. It doesn't mean you should stop climbing. You should never retreat. Don't settle. Don't allow life to kick you in the face and tell you you're nothing, because the reality of it is you are meant to live and live your purpose, and your dreams matter. The greatest and most significant growth happens in the hardest times, the times where you feel alone and you've decided to keep your nose to the grindstone anyway. When no one is watching and you are doing the right thing. When your courageous decisions leave you alone and unpopular. I saw a cartoon last week, and it talked about how leaders are not born, how they are built. And then it showed the back of this leader, and he had arrows and knives stuck in his back, and he was bleeding. That cartoon is correct. It is true. It's not always popular. But because something's not popular doesn't mean that it should not be done. When it all seems for naught, that is when the fabric of character is built. That very same character that will sustain you when you need it most. Do not lose hope. Do not feel it is a waste. Never surrender. Each and every one of you listening to this podcast is extremely valuable. And although today could seem hard and it might seem tough, better days are coming. It's like the saying, everybody wants to get to heaven, but nobody wants to die to get there. The sacrifices that you make today, the hard work that you put in today, the decisions and tough choices you make today, all will determine your tomorrow and all of your tomorrows after that. Keep your eye on the prize and never give up. When you wake up in the dark and you see your dream board looking back at you and almost everyone around is sleeping and taking it easy, know that it is worth it. Don't give up. Fight for those inches. Fight. Know that it is important, that it is the difference between living and dying. We are on a train, my friends. We are on a train that is moving along a set of tracks at a speed that we do not control. Life is a gift. And our dreams and our goals and our aspirations, our very purpose for being here is vital. We are a part of a major plan. Do not lose sight of your identity. Do not let your dreams and your goals fall by the wayside. They matter. When you have a tough day and you're thinking, I don't get it. What am I doing? Why am I trying to eat healthy? Why am I working out? I have those days. Why am I even trying this? It's more important than ever that you remember your why. Your why. And you grab onto that and you don't let go of it. Fight through the pain. Victory is oftentimes only inches away from where you stand right now. Never forget that. Never surrender. And fight through the pain. Thank you for tuning into this podcast of The Way Life Ought to Be. I appreciate all of you taking time out of your busy schedules and your work week to listen to this podcast. I'm your host, Wayne Kramer. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Check us out on Facebook on The Way Life Ought to Be page. Please follow that page, and we are also on YouTube as well. I hope you all have an incredible day. God bless.